Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Sand King.
Radiant team pick.
Earth Shaker.
Radiant team.
Ancient Apparition.
Dire team pick.
Hello and welcome back to the International 2017 Regional Qualifiers. We are here with CIS, Commonwealth of Independent States. We have Empire on the Dire side, Effect on the Radiant side.
Remaining. 5 seconds
And
remaining.
Empire's doing quite well. They are actually in the top 4 right now. They have played 4 matches so far. They are 3-1. And Spirit,
Venomancer.
am I saying that right?
Radiant team ban.
Spirit are 3-1.
Dire team ban.
With 4 games played. Yes, the Spirit are 3-1 with 4 games played, but they're not playing right now. I was gonna say, I thought they were playing against a team with less scores. Indeed, Effect, the team that Empire's up against, you guys, you gotta forgive me here, I apparently only just woke up or something. Effect are 1-3. They've played 4 matches. They still have a chance to make it to the playoffs. They need to be in the top 4 to make it to the playoffs of the qualifiers, and only one team of the CIS region can make it out of the regional qualifiers. Only one team gets that TI slot. Effect still has a chance on that, but they need to start winning games, and they need to start winning games soon if they want to keep their own fate in their own hands. And Empire is a perfect one to take down if you're Effect, because Empire, they're a team that you can then also knock down, because you don't only have to win against the teams that are going to be below you, but you also have to win against teams that are above you, mostly that actually, to get higher. So Effect, they need to beat Empire here. It's not guaranteed that they're out if they don't, but their chances are, their fate is no longer in their own hands if they don't. So it's a very important match for them. As we have got the opening picks coming out already. We got the Sand King and the Venomancer. So far, we've seen the Venomancer from Empire on safe lane, I believe, and Sand King, we have seen Ghostic play Sand King, but I do believe this is going to be a position for Sand King. coming out from them.
10
Effect, we have the
seconds
Earthshaker and
remaining.
Lynch Separation. Again, two heroes that could fulfill multiple roles. That's the same thing for
5
Empire, by the way.
seconds remaining.
I say that they normally ran it as a core position, but they might not. There's a chance they will not.
Reserve time.
All 4 heroes picked now are heroes that could fulfill multiple roles, apart from perhaps the Ancient Separation, who,
Dire
let's
team
be real,
pick.
the only time we saw him mid was in the TI1 era, when there was such a small hero pool in Dota 2 that there really wasn't anything else mid that you could properly play. So that is a support.
10
Earthshaker can fulfill
seconds
multiple
remaining.
roles, and especially now with the Elder Titan picked up, Elder Titan most likely being the 4
5
position, Ancient
seconds
Separation of
remaining.
5, and Earthshaker taking a core role in that case. Possibly the offlane. And
Reserve time.
we have seen Earthshaker mid as well, but it really depends on the matchup. In terms of bans, I wouldn't say there's anything super surprising. The only thing that really stands out for me is the Bloodseeker ban coming out from Team Empire, but they know Effect better than we do, or better than I do, and they might just have a targeted ban against them with that pickup right there.
Disruptor.
Disruptor
Radiant
coming out from
team
Empire as well, and that means both teams picking up the same roles, or rather their 2 supports are in the first 3 picks, which is interesting, and it's not something that you see that often. And I do know that Empire could still switch it up to have Venomancer off lane, or Venomancer safe lane, Sand King off lane, and still only have 1 support, and that, my friends, is a hero we very rarely see. Zeus. No, it's not a bad hero. A lot of
10
magical damage,
seconds remaining.
a lot of vision control. Sand King
5 seconds
in a sandstorm is
remaining.
not going to be a happy
Storm Spirit.
person. Zeus against
Radiant
Storm Spirit in
team
mid lane,
ban.
though. I believe that is slightly favored to be Storm Spirit. Should be favored to be Storm Spirit. Well, we might see some heroes rotating mid as well to help out, because that seems like this lane can be
10
toppled over
seconds remaining.
by either side fairly easily with a couple of rotations. So we're going to be having an active
5
mid lane, I would
seconds remaining.
imagine, unless the other lanes keep the teams so busy that there's no
Reserve
space for that.
time.
And that is decided on their last picks. That is decided on their cores. That is decided on how they want to run their lanes. Perhaps we're going to have an aggressive tri-lane even coming out.
Team ban.
If there is an aggressive tri-lane, I would imagine it to be Empire rather than Effect, though, as Venomancer can be safe lane, and then you have Sand King Disruptor +1 on the off lane. But Omni Knight is the one that gets banned out by Effect, so they are expecting still a solo off laner to come out.
Dire team pick.
And Faces Void banned out by Empire themselves, expecting the core from Effect to be that.
10 seconds
Effect.
remaining.
They're gonna have a tough time holding that Storm Spirit
5
down.
seconds
Of
remaining.
course, they've got Earthshaker. They've got a Cold Feet proc if they pair it up properly with the Earthshaker, but that's
Reserve
about all.
time.
Other than that, you can just ball around. Taking down their bonus time. Both teams got plenty of bonus time left. Think about what they want to do, not only with their last pick, but also in game. Can decide whatever they want. Can give the time for someone to still take a bio break if they need to.
I speak for the trees.
And it's a Nature's Prophet.
Radiant team pick.
Interesting, because Nature's Prophet is a global hero. Zeus is a little bit global as well. You do have, of course, the chance to
10 seconds remaining.
pair up with that Storm Spirit, and you're going to be able to gank real nice.
5
In terms of
seconds
team fight, we
remaining.
got both teams are actually very good on the team fight as well. We don't really got that physical
Reserve time.
DPS thing coming out from Team Empire, though. It's all mostly magical. A bit of right click from the Nature's Prophet, of course. I mean, Nature's Prophet does hit hard, and the longer the game goes, the harder he's gonna hit. Don't get me wrong with that. And we've also seen Venomancers going for more physical right click than magical damage. We can see that as well. Well, let's see what effect is going to do with this. If you do know that your enemy team is mostly magical damage, then having a... Well, they themselves actually have mostly magical damage as well, but they... Can you do that during the draft? Ah, I didn't know that was possible during the draft. Drops it. What was I saying? See, it disrupts me too. Yeah, I was hoping for a bit of a physical hero from them as well. From effect. Something like a troll. Or a juggernaut. Or something along those lines.
Anti-mage.
Juggernaut actually... and anti-mage as well. Both. Anti-mage has the magic shield. Or rather, it takes less magical damage. Juggernaut, of course, with the spin. So, yeah, pretty good with that. And very good against Storm Spirit, burning that mana away. Will take a little while before he comes online. That means that Empire's got a bit of time to get their game plan rolling. But we'll find out how it goes. Chappie will be the one playing the Venomancer this game. And we got FN on the Storm Spirit. Curious to see how their lanes are going to pan out. Storm Spirit on the safe lane. Not really where you want to go. Venomancer against Zeus though. Pretty good for the Venomancer. Easy victory for Empire, I think. Okay. Well. Team who places most of Observer Wars by game end. We're gonna go for Empire. Team with the first tower kill. We got a Venomancer and H Prophet in one team. So I'm gonna put Empire. Team to be last player to be killed. So who's gonna fountain dive? Who's gonna fountain dive? I'm just gonna go for the Zeus. First player to buy a Blink Dagger. How much time do you have left? Then Earthshaker. Sand King. I think Sand King is gonna. But Earthshaker's a core. Sand King is a support. Earthshaker.
30 seconds to
right?
battle.
Surely. Well, we're going for it nonetheless. Alright. Let's find out what's happening in this game. It could also be Zeus, by the way. There's a lot of Zeuses that buy Blink Daggers as well, but I'm hoping that he's going to buy something else first. Right. Game time. Non-Grata will play the Earthshaker for his team. Effect on the Radiant side, Ava Ninja on the Zeus. We'll be going towards that mid lane, and we got a safe trial lane that consists of Madden on the Anti-Mage, and he's being supported by Artik on the Elder Titan. And King R, who's playing the Ancient Apparition for this game. They are going up against Team Empire. Team Empire has Miposhka. He's playing the Disruptor. Doesn't have a ward, but does have some very aggressive positioning. I want to try to get the Courier. We've got Nature's Prophet, played by Ghostic on this bottom lane. We've got Sand King, played by Roger. Going towards the bottom lane as well and blocking... I think that he tried to block the wave, but it doesn't work there. FN will play the Storm Spirit up on mid. He has Miposhka to help him out. Miposhka was not going for the Courier after all and decides to just help out and be aggressive and be annoying to that Storm Spirit. And then Venomancer is solo safe lane, played by Chappie on the against the Earthshaker on the safe lane, taking quite the beating already. We'll see how Non-Grata plays this out. This is not an easy lane to go up against, but if you start by shutting that Venomancer down, you'll probably have a bit of a better time. This bottom lane is very... Oh, wait, that's a Courier.
Radiant's Courier.
Yep, he gets him, after all. There are no items in there. Doesn't mean that Zeus won't be able to get any new items soon, including that magic stick, which is a real shame because FN is going to use a lot of spells. I'm curious to see how this Nature's Prophet's going to do this game, because Nature's Prophet overall, we've seen a couple of different games from him, I believe, already, and he's played in very different ways. But I believe last time we saw him was also for Ghost Stick, with the phase into drums into Midas, but we'll find out if that's still the case. Storm Spirit against Zeus. FN Ninja taking his last clarity is making sure that FN is taking quite a beating, but FN's got 2 tangos left and 2 bottle charges.
Yes.
And who's gonna take this regen rune? It's gonna be Roger. I think both would like to save it for their mid if they could, but with that engagement, actually, neither of their mids is gonna get it. Quite unfortunate for Zeus and Storm Spirit. Level 2 on the Gale. Chappie is going in. This actually could turn into a kill. He's trying to stay ahead of this Earthshaker to make sure that the Fissure is going to be a tricky one. Maybe he can still turn around. He still has a Fissure. There's another Gale in 4 seconds, but Non-Grata is not going to take it. We're going to actually... yeah, we're going to stay here. There's still a death on the Earthshaker. With the salve ticking, there's no hero attacking it, so... Itself continues. In the meantime, Ancient Operation was the one that died bottom, and Ancient Operation got killed off by Ghost Stick. So this is a off-lane Nature's Prophet up against a tri-lane. And sure, Roger was there. He did help, but 2 versus 3, and then the 2 getting the first blood is not great for effect. This is not a great start indeed. As the Prophet is going back to base to get some experience, leaving this, to get some health, leaving this experience for Roger to take. Good for him. Well, he doesn't actually get any of it. That's a shame. Courier is back alive in the meantime for Apple Ninja. Lucky him. FN sitting on 29-9, followed by the Zeus on the net worth, or last hits in a nice list of 21-2. Wow. Facebook's done by Ghost Stick by getting that first blood. A lot of gold. His right clicks are actually very painful right now. What are you doing? Oh! Oh!
Damage.
Oh! Oh! Ah! Oh, that was so close, you guys. When Papushka helps getting it by just getting that extra Thunderstrike out there, so Roger lives. Otherwise, Sartik could have probably taken him with him to the grave. 3-0 in favor of Team Empire right now. Chappie is 20-for-6 in that top lane on his Venomancer, with 14-for-1 on Non-Grata's Earthshaker. Going for that Soul Ring first. See where Roger is heading. Got that smoke up, placed the ward. Nature's Prophet coming in from the other side, coming in from the high ground, going for the hits, going for the right clicks, making sure he can't hide. The Burrow Strike is there, and the right click that takes him down goes to Ghost Stick. For the last hit, a lot of gold going his way, and he can walk back to that bottom lane. In the meantime, he's got the Disruptor that is a bit of a trouble, but I think he'll be okay. Yeah, he can just walk high ground anyway. Ooh, what's this? This is free gold, Zeus. Good for him. He did see it, he just wants to take the last he just wants to take the last hits better first. What's happening? That looked really funny when we walked over there. Ghostic dies though. Unfortunately, he's not man getting the last hit. It is the Elder Titan, but Elder Titan finishes off his boots with that, and that can be said that that's worth it as well. Disruptor finding himself a bounty rune, snatching it for the nose of King R, which is funny, because King R just checked if the rune was still there with the courier, and it's nighttime, so he didn't actually see him push can move about, I think. Maybe he did. Maybe I'm just blind for line of sight specifically. Careful there, Sand King. Taking a beating. Ooh, Fen, arcane rune or not, his mana is not that high right now. He does have some clarity, so we'll be able to use at least one of those. Helping out. Yeah, it looks like Drums is on the way for the Nature's Prophet, so perhaps indeed the same build that we saw yesterday.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's top
Overall,
tower
so
is
far,
under attack.
Storm is the one spiraling ahead in his net worth graph, closely followed by his teammates, Fen and Chappie, the two other cores of his team. And this tier 1 tower has seen better days, for sure. However, they could deny this tower. He could deny this tower. I don't think Chappie's gonna let that happen though. The Gale still hits. Nature's Prophet coming in as well, blocking him in. Fissure comes out, Chappie taking a lot of damage there. The tower's still hitting as well. That means that Chappie ends up living. No, he dies. Zeus makes sure of that. Zeus is teleporting in here as well. Fortification comes out. This tower is still in the nigh range. Is someone gonna take a ghost stick? There's creeps about, but Afro Ninja comes out and kills off ghost stick. Had already used the ultimate to make sure that Venomancer couldn't get out. And now also gets the lightning bolt out of the Nature's Prophet. I feel like I just jinxed them by saying that they were doing well, but now Zeus is doing better than they are. And Afro Ninja, he needed that. He needed those skills. He was a bit behind there. Ooh, careful there, Fen. You're taking a lot of damage. So does Disruptor. Disruptor is able to walk away from that cold feet. In comes the Stomp, sleeping him up. Should be enough. Couple of hits, one more hit, and it's Afro Ninja that takes that, and all of a sudden he's on a killing spree. And that went very fast, from having no kills whatsoever and being a little bit on the back foot to almost surpassing that Storm Spirit on the net worth graph. At least Chappie when Ghost Stick went back bottom to try and take down that tier 1 on the bot lane, so it looks like Empire is going to get something in return for the skirmish on the mid, but they are not going to get that long of a time to beat down the tower because Smoke Gank incoming. Earthshaker, Ancient Apparition, Elder Titan. What can they do to Chappie? Artseek waits for the Fissure, then goes for the Stomp. Cold Feet will proc in a second. Nature's Prophet is doing quite a lot of damage to this Elder Titan still though, and it is FN that comes zipping in. Now Non Grata tries to finish off Chappie. I don't think Chappie's gonna let that happen though. Ghost Stick will take the last hit actually. And 3 dead. And tower down in favor of Empire.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And that was a smoke gank too. That was a very unfortunate rotation for effect. They could really use the gold, especially those 3 people. The lowest 3 net worths on the team of effect. I guess they did need the Zeus to come and help out. Perhaps they wasn't able to come. Or decided not to. Look, it happens. Sometimes you just don't want to help your team. Sometimes you can't help your team. Sometimes you prioritize farming mid over that. And then again, would it have been enough if he was there? Tough question as well. Ooh, arcane rune in the bottle. This is interesting.
A gift from the Tempest of Battle.
Looking for the Fissure, does find it. Some comes out a little bit too late. Gotta coordinate that a bit better, but still difficult to find the Storm Spirit. I thought Roger was dying. I didn't know how, but I thought he was dead. He was dropping so fast. But it's just neutrals, guys. Just neutrals. Chappie still going for the Midas. It's I'm not really convinced by that build, not gonna lie. It kind of says that he's not happy with how things are going and he wants to delay this game longer and he wants to, well, get the benefit of that extra goals 20 minutes down the line. Prophet, not able to teleport out there. KeyArena with the last hit. He's got his Ice Blast up as well. On cooldown for the moment, but still fairly short cooldown and will help pushing down some lane. Bloodstone for FS. Not yet there, but he's building towards it. He'll get it sooner rather than later. And we got ourselves a Yule Scepter for the Zeus. Oh, careful there. Crowd up, Archfiend. You can't get out of that one. You're dead. And that is 4 people in that mid lane. See, this is why and Hannah Midas is tricky, because look at how well Empire is able to do right now in this early game. By having a Midas, you're basically saying we're not doing well enough. We need more. And we need to go later. Even though they're already such a push-heavy team, you'd almost think that if he gets a different item that they can actually use earlier on, he'll be able to end the game earlier, perhaps as well. As I do feel like they are ahead, and in terms of net worth, they're ahead by almost, well, just over 5k, 3k ahead in experience. Those 3 towers down, and the tier 1 towers, even though one got denied, it's a massive difference in terms of net worth, and mostly it's a massive difference in terms of map control. Now I do need to point out the wards on the Dire team are kind of non-existent. There's one, at least the aggressive wards, there's one very deep on the top lane. That's the only real aggressive ward. They've got a defensive one next to their tier 1 tower. The wards for the Radiant team are also fairly defensive, one on the high ground next to the bottom rune. That's about it in terms of observer wards. In the meantime, we got 4 people rotating bottom. Yaposhka is going to be the first to be found out. There's Zeus ultimate as well. Static Storm Kinetic Field actually locks in that Elder Titan. Doesn't matter though. Man comes in, still makes sure that the kill goes the way of effect. Now the question is this a fight that Empire wants to try and force out? There's no tier 1 tower. There's 3 people hiding in the trees. There is no Sprout anymore, 3 teleports. Are they going to be able to teleport out is the question? Yes, they are, because the Burrow Strike is already used. Man will also able to teleport out. There's not a lot of ways to catch the storm, is there? It's just still Earthshaker and the Mana Void, and perhaps a Cold Feet when they proc it at the right time.
I deserve
That was the sound of my water bottle, by the way, in case anybody was wondering what the weird sound was. Earthshaker, 1700 gold, very close to his Blink Dagger. Who's gonna get it first? Earthshaker or Sand King? That's the question.
Top tower is under attack.
I voted Earthshaker, but Sand King is pretty close as well. He is able to farm mid right now. He's allowed some free reign. In the meantime, Afro Ninja and KeyArena finding Store Spirit. They've got the Yules. Yules and Cold Feet are obviously very good, and they don't even need it. Very nicely done. I'm not sure if he was just greedy or if he just didn't see them.
Yes.
It is nighttime after all. And they did see him with this ward when he moved that way. They saw where he was going, but Storm Spirit probably didn't see them. Oh. Oh. Earth Splitter comes out. I mean, that might still hit on Ghostic, but I think Ghostic still gets the kill, or perhaps not. Glimpse back right into the fray. We got one right click needed to die. He's trying to stop. There's a Venom Ward though, and the Venom Ward will kill him off. Just like Venomancer will also kill off that Ancient Apparition. Zeus just teleported in. We'll go for the Yule Scepter, so still alive for the moment. They're stuck in the kinetic field in the Static Storm for a second there. Manages to get his ultimate out and get one kill, but Chappie still gets a triple kill. Perhaps it's Earthshaker though. He might be able to take that killing spree. Nope.
Radiant's bottom
Chappie takes the killing spree. Sorry, Madden takes takes Chappie. So the killing spree goes the way of the anti-mage, and that's a lot of gold. That was like 500 gold. The blink dagger was on the Earthshaker already. Sand King has it too. Which one was first? Aha!
'Tis mine.
We got it. We got it. It was very close though. They actually almost got it at the same time.
Stupendous! Gold for my forge.
Elder Titan. It's always a bit tricky for me when Elder Titan brings the fights. Obviously the minus armor aura is amazing. The natural order, let's put it that way. Still great enough there. Oh, there's a ward in the high ground. They find one already. That is a very sad storm, but he manages to zip away before the ice blast hits, and he lives through that Thunder God's Wrath as well. Meantime, bottom lane, Venomancer and Nature's Prophet, your split push duo. Your pushing duo, not even split push. Your pushing duo is pushing again.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
They take the tower. In the meantime, the rest of the team is fighting. Aqua Ninja drops already. Zeus goes for more. Earthshaker, can he get out? Doesn't look like it. Earth Splitter will actually hit him on only FN. It looked like it could be amazing, but it didn't turn out that way. Delay a little bit too long. At least Ancient Deparation was able to teleport out. There is only one tier 2 tower left standing on the side of effect. Towers are something that Empire can take down very fast. And they're just taking full map control. So with those towers, we got a ward on the high ground here. We got a ward next to the shrine. Still, this ward, even though it's almost vanishing, is keeping tabs on people on the top lane. Empire have got great map control and are looking to dominate this game. This is something that Effect can prevent. They still have that anti-mage. Anti-mage just takes a little time to get online. Went for the Battle Fury, now goes for the Battle Style, and after that still probably needs... Well, he probably can still fight with the Battle Style already, actually. But he might need a BKB. Even with the Spell Shield. They just probably will drop to 80 Deparation. Or a shaker or not. I do like that taunt though. Nope. Madden. Oh, nice silence from Imposhka. That was a very clutch one with the Burrow Strike to stop him from teleporting out. Here comes the glimpse back. Aqua Ninja is back into the fray of the enemy heroes. At least the stop might be allowing him to at least get something out of this as well. He will drop though, but at least it's on the God's Wrath. Got juice Burrow Strike. Elder Titan manages to get a Earth Splitter off. Is he able to get out from this one? Chappie hopes that he doesn't. He was standing right next to that hoof stump. Nobody died on the side of Empire, and they are not done chasing. Earthshaker got glimpsed back, Burrow Strike, and that's 4 dead. I don't know how everybody got just picked up one by one. This wasn't even a full-blown team fight. This was just pick up one by one, and I think key factor, Maposhka, that guy. That glimpse is so valuable. Nobody can really run from that. And if you do try, you can glimpse that. And the vision is there with the Venomancer ward, so they have that covered. The moment that you start running, you basically are dying. There's so much chase, they're so mobile. 11 bloodstone charges for FN. coming out. Disruptor. This is a sad disruptor, this is. Maybe he can still make something happen, but Madden coming in from the front doesn't allow him an escape path. Ooh, Blink. Burrow finds himself an into decoration. That's free gold right there. I'll take that. Look, it's your tag team duo at it once again. There's a tier 3 tower that dropped. In the meantime, Storm Spirit and Earthshaker are just making sure that the rest is distracted. Earthshaker does pay for that, but hey, if they exchange that for melee racks, that's worth it. Echo Slam coming out, actually hitting on the Nature's Prophet. Nature's Prophet is taking a lot of damage. Will make sure that the racks die before he dies. This Venomancer should not be able to make it out. He's got his teleport boots to travel on cooldown for another 11 seconds, so yeah, he's dead. But melee racks down. There's a case to be made that that's all worth it. Hello? Spirit and Disruptor find themselves an Elder Titan.
You had your warning.
Nice board as well. Previous game, we had a lot of arguments, if you will. Can he run from this? Yeah, he can. Previous game, we had a lot of argument about Roshan, who was taking it, and both teams could take it, and there were fights around Roshan and all that. This time it's been fairly left alone. We are, despite how pretty much to the end this game looks, as in we have had racks going down and we've had fights that could determine the game and all that, we're still only 23 minutes into the game.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
The man just isn't done yet. He's almost got his Mata style. You know, and his timing's not bad at all. It's just they haven't been able to take any towers, so they don't get the extra gold from that. And at this point, the enemy team is actually pretty far ahead. So even if he gets his timings to be normal, he's still behind the enemy team because the enemy team is doing better than normal. And then you've got the Disruptor
The seeds of fortune.
with the massive silence. And speaking of silences, Storm Spirit wants to have a silence as well. And he's gonna get it soon too. This farm has been quite good this game. Chappie's still highest on the net worth though. The Veil now as well. Happy Festival! King R! Sad times. He does get the cold feed off, but nobody is able to profit from it because nobody could, because they're actually fighting here already. Anti-Mage ended up dead. The BKB used by the Storm. And Anti-Mage, there's no buyback for anybody on the side of Effect right now. Apart from the people that are still alive, and even that, actually, no. None of the Radiants that even Elder Titan doesn't have buyback. Earthshaker doesn't have buyback. He uses on cooldown. He used it previously, obviously.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
I mean, it's a nice rod of Athos, but at this point, Chappie is pretty sturdy and doesn't really need to worry about standing still and tanking the tower.
Radiant's bottom is falling.
Bottom lane, in the meantime, got taken by the creeps, because why not? Nature's Prophet has got a massive amount of treants. This game, it looks like Empire has got it on lock. I'm not gonna lie, this is a terrible uphill battle for Effect. Their high ground defense is like if you're defending against super creeps, that is, if you're defending against super creeps, sure Zeus is okay with the chain lightning, but Anti-Mage is the main one for that, and you don't want him farming super creeps because they get less gold, and he needs to be fat. He needs to be the fattest man on the planet right now. He is not that fat, not as fat as he should be. Smoking. Hiding behind the Anti-Mage perhaps? Or do they want to go a different route? I just wanted to check if there was a ward there. There's not, so they're not scouted out. Their smoke is smoke is safe.
Radiant's top
we can
tower
see the map.
is under attack.
Chances are they're gonna find Sand King. And even then they have to fight next to the tower, perhaps Storm Spirit? But they don't have a lot of lockdown for Storm Spirit. At this point they're not gonna find anybody, they're just farming. Which is good too. By the way, just farming is good too because they don't get a lot of farm, they don't have a lot of freedom, they don't have a lot of map control.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
He doesn't have buyback. He went for the Ogre Club over buyback as well. Nature's Prophet keeps sending treants. Not too bad. Not too bad for that actually. Alpha Ninja can farm some treants if Nature's Prophet lets it. We just saw them already walking away from Nature's Prophet. Lowe's on his way for some. Doesn't want to risk it. Some vision. That's a scouting for vision. And this is free gold. Another smoking, this time from Empire. Got 15 charges in the Bloodstone from Storm Spirit. The question is, who are they gonna find? And are we gonna rotate through mid or are they gonna check through top?
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
So doing some work here. Epicenter. Okay, thanks Roger.
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
Oh, that's a Vortex already. That's an Elder Titan in some trouble. Gets silenced up as well. BKB turned on by Storm Spirit, and he manages to take down that Elder Titan. Can they get more? It's the Earth Shaker they want to get. The Earth Shaker is indeed gotten. Mana Void on the full mana target. He managed to catch the Disruptor. Storm Spirit just zipped away, so he couldn't catch him anywhere. Otherwise, that would be a lot of damage. But Disruptor was still full of mana, so the damage was not there. And that's another lane of ranks taken by Empire. There's just so little that effect can do.
The seeds of fortune.
Luckily for them, there's still tier 2 towers standing on the top lane. Bye, Sand King. That was an ultimate. Sand King was apparently very low. And walked in there maybe. Because he was there. Poor Roshan. He just gets punished every time. Sorry, I enjoyed watching that for a little bit. Roshan's a half health. I mean, we haven't seen Roshan taken yet. Doesn't look like Empire really bothers much about it. I mean, they don't really have your typical Roshan taken lineup, sure. Shadowblade done for Earthshaker. Can they find him? Can they find someone? Can he find someone? I mean, we see him rotate. Oh, maybe he's gonna find Venomancer. Venomancer, he can't take Venomancer though. He can't take him down. He can maybe take the Venomancer if he has some health as well with the rest. The BKB comes out though. Burrow Strike, that's a teleport not working out there for the Earthshaker. Sand King. do took a lot of damage. They still take down the Earthshaker nonetheless though. And can they take down Anti-Mage? That's the question. Yes, they can. They all take a lot of damage. It's a 2-for-2 trade for now. They managed to get out. Sand King ended up buying back for this one. Can they take down this Elephant as well? Yes, they can. Sand King is making his way. He's just walking with the and blinking whenever he can. It's 3-for-2 in the end. Not worth it. Even if it turned out to be a 2-for-2, losing your Anti-Mage, the moment that you lose the Anti-Mage, it's not worth it. Doesn't matter what type of trade you make, because right now, if your team effect, Anti-Mage is your saving grace. Anti-Mage is your ticket to victory, your hope to freedom.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And if he dies, that's just not good. Not good at all. Bit of pressure on tier 3 tower, no buybacks on Anti-Mage or its companions. Companions in the grave. Ooh, Storm. Where are you going? Oh, we found Zeus. BKB gets turned on. Zeus. A couple more hits and he drops. He gets the Zeus up still though. That might be enough. Nope, was not enough. Mage Separation manages to get saved by Earthshaker, at least. The Fisher will make sure that he's not on that side. Sand King actually burst strikes over that Fisher and they just profit. Just hitting up the high ground, might as well, turns on his BKB. Oh, this is game, you guys, I think. We have Roger already dropping an item, DMing his way to victory, perhaps. There's mega creeps on the board. Daffy is still alive, now turns around with the BKB, goes for the Anti-Mage. The Anti-Mage actually does a lot of damage to this Venomancer. Venomancer might end up dropping, blinking out. Need a burst strike. Mana Void will do the trick. This BKB is a very long duration. That was his first charge, but there's no normal creep left. It's just megas. It is just megas. And Anti-Mage is the last one alive. There's your GG. Empire take this. It is a 33-minute game, but it felt like it was over a long time before that one, as Empire just looked dominating and in control almost the entire time. Thank you for watching this game. Is this true? How can he? But he's not dead. Oh wait, I misunderstood it. Last player to be killed in total, as in of all the deaths. Oh, all right.